Hallelujah. Ain't no harm in the moment sometimes. Thank you, Jesus. All night. Oh, I would give up. Yeah, all night. I would let go.
Thank you, Jesus. He came through. reminded me of when Jacob wrestled with the angel all night long and wouldn't let go. And he said, I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. And all night, just before daybreak, he said, I got to leave you now. I got to go. I can't stay with you no longer. Jacob said, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to still hold on to you. So he taught Jacob in the hollow of his thigh. And when Jacob left that place, he left that limping. So he had to live with a limp the rest of his life. Amen. Sometimes we got to live with a limp. Amen. For a few minutes, not long, in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 1. And I want us to look at verse 21 through 24. And verse 21, and they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day, he entered into the synagogue and taught. And they was astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that had authority and not as the scribe. And there was in that synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God. In that verse 24, the first part of that verse says, Let us alone. And I want to take a little thought out of there. Please do not disturb me. In this writing, we find that Jesus went to the synagogue. But I want to take that word synagogue out of there and put it in our time and say he went to church. And while being in church, he was allowed to do some teaching in church. Now, he did not teach as the scribes did, but he taught them as one having authority. And while being at church, there was a man there in church that had the devils in him. And don't let nobody tell you today that the devil don't come to church. And while being in church, Jesus came to church. And this devil that was in him recognized who he was. And don't ever think that the devil don't know who you are. He knows when you're right, he knows when you're wrong. And as I looked at that, he says to them, let us alone. So that tells me that it was more than one devil in this man. Us means more than one. Now we don't want to be disturbed. We done all right. We having fun. We having a good time in this man's life. So leave us alone. So don't disturb us. Amen. Now I noticed you've done some traveling and traveling in motel, and there's a sign on your door. You can hang on the outside of the door. It says, "Please do not disturb." Now I know you done seen that happen. And what you're telling the maid is, "Don't bother me. I don't want to be disturbed." Now, disturb, it means just what it says. Do not bother me. No matter what reason it is, don't bother me. Let me alone. That's what this devil said in this man. What? Leave us alone. Now, I don't want you to even knock on the door. I don't want no food. I don't want you to disturb me while I'm here. So leave me alone. I'm happy just the way I am. Now that tells me you shouldn't be, help me now, happy just the way you are. And down through the years, I observed many individuals who enter into the synagogue, not only synagogue, into the sanctuary, and into church. Help me now. They enter in there to worship. What do we come here today for? We come here to do what? To worship God. And while being in the sanctuary, I discovered that there is individuals that display an invisible sign, which really reads, "Please don't disturb me. I'm all right. Don't disturb me." Other words, when you're saying that I am comfortable, just the way I am. So don't disturb me. I don't want your advice. Help me now. So don't you disturb me. I'm not interested in what you're saying. Yet you're sitting up here in church at worship service. And then you're telling me you're not listening to what I'm saying. Something wrong there somewhere. That tell me that you really don't want to be disturbed. I insist on having my own way. Now, that's where we need to kind of stop a little bit. You know, a lot of folks want to have their own way. Their way and no other way. What is it? My way or the highway. And sometimes it's got to be my way.